Welcome to the David Pakman Show. My name is Brittany Page from the Page Perspective right here on YouTube, and I am the very lucky guest host for today while David is off, hopefully enjoying some much needed rest, given he's the hardest working man in online political media. Let's just get right into it. It appears as though Donald Trump had a really rough holiday weekend, from the unhinged post on Truth Social to the word salad speech at the wreath-laying ceremony at Arlington National Cemetery. He doesn't seem like a man who is doing well. And we're going to play a clip from the speech where he somehow finds a way to make the Memorial Day ceremony at Arlington National Cemetery about him. In a moment, we're going to play that. But prepare yourselves, because I was cringing watching it. It's so horrible. Before we play it, let's just quickly look at this post on Truth Social, and then we'll get to the speech. This is how Donald Trump decided to start Memorial Day. Quote, "Happy Memorial Day to all, including the scum that spent the last 4 years trying to destroy our country through warped, radical left minds who allowed 21 million people to illegally enter our country, many of them being criminals and the mentally insane, through an open border that only an incompetent president would approve, and through judges who are on a mission to keep murderers, drug dealers, rapists, gang members, and released prisoners from all over the world in our country so they can rob, murder, and rape again. All protected by these USA-hating judges who suffer from an ideology that is sick and very dangerous for our country. Hopefully, the United States Supreme Court and other good and compassionate judges throughout the land will save us from the decisions of the monsters who want our country to go to hell." I mean, sometimes you just need to hear it from someone who's not him to understand how unhinged it is. I mean, paging Jake Tapper and Alex Thompson. I think there's a book here if they're interested. Maybe, hopefully. It never fails, right? The President of the United States giving a Memorial Day statement to the scum. Of course, this is what we expect from this person at this point. This is very in line with who he is. Memorial Day is a solemn occasion in the United States when those who died while serving in the armed forces are honored. We certainly don't expect Trump to behave appropriately on such an occasion, because he never does. He isn't the focus. The attention is taken away from him, and he can't tolerate that. But also, he fundamentally doesn't respect the people serving in the military or those who lost their lives serving in the military. And it feels like a lifetime ago, but remember when the Chief of Staff, John Kelly, a Republican, not some progressive or liberal activist, John Kelly, this is what he said about Trump, while confirming reporting from The Atlantic about vicious and disgusting remarks Trump made about those in the military, including those who died. Quote, "A person that thinks those who defend their country in uniform, or are shot down or seriously wounded in combat, or spend years being tortured as POWs are all suckers because there is nothing in it for them. A person that did not want to be seen in the presence of military amputees because it doesn't look good for me. A person who demonstrated open contempt for a Gold Star family, for all Gold Star families, on TV during the 2016 campaign, and rants that our most precious heroes who gave their lives in America's defense are losers and wouldn't visit their graves in France." Right. But Republicans still fall in line, trip over themselves to prove fealty, show themselves to be servile pets with no bottom to the depths of their obsequiousness. And with Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth and the heavily eye-lined Vice President J.D. Vance by his side, Donald Trump attended a wreath-laying ceremony at Arlington National Cemetery, where he also gave a speech. And before he got into the meat of it and made it about himself, he took a moment to say this about Pete Hegseth.
Thank you to Vice President Vance, doing a terrific job. Thanks also to a man who has devoted his life to service members and veterans, Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth, who's doing really well. He went through a lot, didn't he? But he's doing really well. He's a tough cookie. That's what we want, is a tough cookie.
Pete went through a lot? Quite the thing to say at a Memorial Day ceremony where families of fallen soldiers are sitting in front of you, especially when you're talking about the very consequences of Pete's own actions when you say that he went through a lot. He went through a lot on his way to the halls of power. He had to deal with reports about sexual assault and abuse allegations. Poor guy. But don't worry, he's in there banning books about racism at the U.S. Naval Academy, guys. Be serious. That certainly wasn't the worst of it after Donald Trump mostly sticks to the script prepared for him, honoring specific families and specific fallen soldiers, telling their stories, having the children of fallen soldiers stand up to be recognized. Things take a turn. In fact, I'm going to leave a little bit of context at the beginning of the clip so that you can see just how quickly he goes from scripted Memorial Day seriousness to, hey guys, what about me?